empty as could be, and now I'm staring at my face above a bathroom sink, saying I want peace. That's where I am now. It's the only thing I haven't found somehow. There are other places, there are a million pretty faces. I want peace. That's where I am now. Used to worry about the future never came.
Easy, easy. Don't go in that far. I don't want you to go that far. You don't need to. Blow out the hole now with your mouth. There you go. Okay. And it's rolling pretty good. Okay, and then we'll do another one. I'll grab a tap. Grab this tap here. That one's going to go in the bottom one. Yeah. Make sure it's nice and level, yeah. Just until you feel it stop, yeah. Put that in the other one. Go and push it in through the hole. Yeah. And then all the way in and then up. Yep. Cool. Yep, it's good stuff. Okay. Drag the big boy down. We've got some good trees over here. Ah. Which one? Not yet. There's a couple of big ones there. There's a nice big one right here I want to do. Hey everybody, so we, as you can see, so the video is going to show my new evaporator getting put into the sugar shack. This is the sugar shack that we built, and this is my Canadian Ontario built evaporator. It's a 2x5. I'm really happy with it. Looks like it's going to be about a 15 gallons per hour. So I'm going to center it up. We're going to measure up for my chimney, and other than that, I'm very happy.
As many of you know, the maple syrup season is a pretty big deal here in Canada. We're looking forward to a really exciting maple syrup season. We've upgraded to an evaporator, and Frank has built a beautiful sugar shack that he's dreamt of for a long time. We've only done maple syrup for a few years, and the first couple were pretty painstaking and difficult, very time-consuming for Frank. So he decided, after a lot of research, that he would upgrade to this evaporator. But before I get into those details, what is maple syrup? Well, essentially, sap runs from maple trees between February to early April. You can boil that sap down to make maple syrup. This process has been a tradition in Canada for centuries, and it's one that many people look forward to. I know our family does. The 2023 maple syrup season has a lot of large producers concerned. The weather's been a bit strange. When it's too cold, the sap doesn't flow as easily, and when it's too warm, the trees start to bud. So, of course, weather plays a big factor in the maple syrup season. Maple syrup isn't just about producing syrup. It's about celebrating this Canadian tradition and bringing people together. Frank is looking forward to bringing the children from Eli's class to the Sugar Shack this year to share the process with his classmates. There are also plenty of festivals and events that take place throughout the season. You'll find a lot of maple syrup inspired dishes, drinks, live music, and entertainment. So, if you're a fan of maple syrup and want to experience this unique Canadian tradition, I encourage you to check out some festivals this season. On to our evaporator. Now, why did we upgrade to an evaporator? Well, like I said, Frank has had several years to perfect his processes. Boiling off sap is a very time-consuming process. Traditional methods like an open flame requires you to feed the fire and keep the fire stoked at a certain temperature. There's a lot of variables that come into play. Upgrading to the evaporator can help us streamline this process, and it will also improve the quality of the syrup.
That's no bueno. That's a no bueno right there. It's ripping off that board.
You put hardwood flooring here?
Huh? Oh, I put down the press board and then I glued the screw up 4.5-inch ply on it.
You're at least you got the scar lines now, where you brought it in. That can be the story.
Yep.
How was it bringing it in? I don't know.
It was like it when we found it. Isn't that how
Yeah.
mine usually is?
Why didn't you just like take the bricks out?
You went all pro, you used a level.
Yeah.
The people that built my house didn't use a level quarter bar. No.
Well, boys, that's it. That's going to be it.
You don't want to go right to the wall?
No.
Oh, I guess you don't go to the wall, right? You leave about a foot.
That's it.
This side, are you going to be able to do that?
Yeah, I'll jack it up.
It's like a fireplace in the house, I guess. With certain rules.
Yeah, I need 18 inches off that back wall.
Right on.
But this is,
Are you going right up the ceiling with the chimney?
yeah. Hey, everybody. So we, as you can see, so the video is going to show my new evaporator getting put into the sugar shack. This is the sugar shack that we built. And this is my Bros built, Canadian, Ontario built evaporator. It's a 2x5. I'm really, really happy with it. Looks like it's going to be about a 15 gallons per hour burn. So I'm going to center it up. We're going to measure up for my chimney. And other than that, I'm very, very happy. This is going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward.
The evaporator essentially is a device that uses heat to evaporate the water in the sap, leaving behind the concentrated syrup. Evaporators can vary in sizes, complexities, from small hobby farms like ours to large industrial units. Evaporators also have the ability to help seal off any contaminants. Of course, there are some downsides to upgrading to an evaporator. For one, they can be very expensive, especially if you're looking into the commercial-sized units. And as you can see from this video, without the help of our neighbor's tractor, we may not have been able to get this into the sugar shack. It's just extremely heavy, and not all hobby farms would have had this option. This is where community comes in. So if you're considering upgrading to an evaporator, it's important to do your research and find a unit that fits your needs and your budget. Read reviews and make sure you compare your prices. Talk to other maple syrup producers. There's a lot of really brilliant minds that are willing to share the knowledge they have. Overall, upgrading to an evaporator can be a very smart move for maple syrup producers looking to streamline their production.
The hole's cut. I centered the evaporator in the rafter. So I'm putting up a double liner chimney pipe that doesn't radiate any heat, and so I don't need to have a big amount of space between the pipe and the combustible. What I do need is, because this is a single line steel pipe that's going from here up through, and that'll be about probably about 60 inches, about 5 feet. It needs to be 18 inches off of my combustible. So I've got 18 inches from here to there, which is too bad because I lose a little bit of space on the front end, but gotta be safe. I got a lot of money invested in this little building and I don't really want to have it burned to the ground. So, you know, we're just trying to stay safe here and keep all the combustibles away from the heat source. My firebox is up here, but the heat is going to come across here. It reduces as it gets to here, but this is going to be pretty warm coming up. So we're just going to go ahead and pull out my pipe, have a look at it, see how the support here lines up with it, and then this gets mounted right onto the side of the 2x6, and that's part of the support. And then I have another support kit for the roof itself. So yeah, so we're moving along nicely here. Let's have a look at this big bad boy. Okay, here's my pipe. It's my double wall insulated stove pipe. I have an adapter for that. That adapter allows me to tie in my reducer so my initial pipe coming out of the stove is a 8-inch pipe. I do have to choke it a little bit because to find an 8-inch stove pipe is nearly impossible. This is going to be my 6-inch pipe. I have a 6-inch reducer from an 8-inch, and then I have my 6-inch adapter. So I'm going to get all that put together here. So let's do that now. Well, that's a good start. Doesn't fit. Nope, doesn't fit. Let me check my 6-inch here. This is really too bad. Well, that's correct, but my tie-in is not correct. Unbelievable. You know, so this is correct, this piece here, the adapter, but the ring that ties into the pipe is too small. So that's no stinking good. I'm gonna have to order another one. So let's just turn off the video so I can curse a little bit. And then I'm gonna go back to Amazon and look for the right one. I'll show you what I'm talking about here, just so I can. So there's where, this is the bottom of the pipe, and the pipe that you see here, so this is my 6-inch, and the outside diameter is where this is supposed to, it just snaps into place, and then I can put my reducer on here, and unfortunately this has to be the right size, so unfortunately it's not.
No, it's okay. I got a call to come see his handiwork, what he's been working on. He's been trying real hard to get his sugar shack done, because if you can see there, there's some attempt to tap the trees because the sap was flowing.
My back is so sore.
It's not been the easiest project, has it, Daddy?
No, it's not been an easy project at all. I think if anybody wants to do maple syrup, they should just buy it. It's only $10. Just buy it.
That's what I was saying. I was like, is it worth the effort? Will you say that when you're sitting here still freezing your bum off?
I don't know. I don't think I'll be freezing my bum off, but it's okay. This is it, man. It's all done.
Check it out, guys. This is Daddy's new evaporator. Oh, it smells so beautiful in here, too.
It's going to smell like a maple syrup factory when you're boiling in here.
All right, so tell me all about it. It looks beautiful, Libby.
It's a Bros evaporator, and the gentleman that built it for me, he's a young guy, and his name is Ryan Bros. He's in Mildmay. I did all the research, guys. I've been spending time trying to figure out which one I wanted to get, and you know what? At the end of the day, I decided to go local and support local economy. And this gentleman built me a beautiful 2x5 sled evaporator. It boils between 15 and 18 gallons per hour. To give you an indication of how much I was doing last year on my homemade boiler, I was doing about 15 liters per hour. Now I'm doing almost 60 liters per hour.
Oh, so it'll be much faster?
Oh, it's going to be much faster.
You're not going to have to be out here till 2 a.m. anymore?
I hope not. I hope not. It just depends on how much sap I get. But last year we did about between 600 and 700 liters of sap per week. And this is going to boil that off hopefully in about 7 hours is kind of my goal. But it's a great little unit. You can see here, it's got the boilers and the burners inside. He's got a grate in there. He fire bricked the whole thing. He's got a vent door down here. And actually he wants me to, when I'm boiling, he wants that right off. So he wants that off of there. And because you got to get as much airflow as you can through the system. And I'm gonna feed it with my, he wants me to bring a nice hardwood. Yeah, his telephone number's there. Yeah, and the sugar shack that I built, I started this in, when did I start this? October? September? October? So I started this September,
Just the
October.
floor with you and Eli. We did the floor.
Eli and I did the floor, and then I did the rest. Yeah, so it's nice because I set it up so that Eli can bring his friends here from school, and I wanted to have it as safe as possible, so I didn't want to have any exposed nails. I wasn't going to skin the inside, but I ended up skinning it because there was exposed nails. Yeah, I put in my tables here. I got 3 tables and a little. I looked around to buy the sugar shack. I was just going to buy a building, and I thought, you know what? I'll just buy the building. But the chimney is, it was a going concern today. I had a lot of headaches with that, but I got it figured out. I got the right piece that I needed, and it still was tight. And all I got left really is just to do the flashing up top, but unfortunately me and heights don't get along. So I'll probably end up getting Mitchell to do the heights for me.
Well, I'm not real into the technology here, but I'm curious to know, this here looks like your intake for your sap, And isn't
Well, I'm
your
gonna run. So I
tank
have
on that side?
I have my tank out there, and I'm gonna run it. So I asked him to connect these, and what I think I'm gonna try to do is I'm actually gonna try and reverse these.
No, I was thinking, like, don't you want it on this side? That it feeds directly into the pan? Because aren't you going to have to have an elbow?
It's a gravity feed. It doesn't actually feed through these. Those are the exits.
Oh, that's for out.
Yeah, my actual sap will run in through a feed line. It's going to be high-tech solution. It's going to be a gravity feed hole in my wall right there. The line comes in, I'll have a little line, like a little string hanging there, holding on to my line. And then, so this one here is going to go here.
And is this your finishing pot or is this your starting pot?
So I'm going to use this as my main boiler, and then I'm going to, like he wants me to have it reversed. I'm gonna play with it and see which way is the best way to do it. I haven't put a thermostat in there, so I can get it almost to finishing. And oh, you know what I should bring in is I should bring in my propane boiler. Or do we have a hot plate? Remember we had the hot plate last year?
What, to finish off?
To finish off, yeah, because you can't. I don't want to finish off on this because I have a one-man show. And the guys that, my mentors, the guys that showed me how to do this stuff.
There's like 4 of them.
Yeah, there's a whole whack of them because they're all retired and they just love doing this stuff. Unfortunately, usually it's just me. But yeah, so there's lots of good things. I'm gonna toy with it a bit. My sap is not running right now because we're pretty cold and we're supposed to get a snowstorm, although I don't see much snow coming.
I haven't seen a single fleck of it yet.
No.
The worst snowstorm in 10 years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nothing. But anyways, yeah, so that's it, guys. I'll do some more videos when we start boiling. I feel good about it. There's going to be trial and error, and it's going to be steamy in here when I got my exit door up top, so that the steam will come up here and it'll run up the ceiling, and it'll come back down and out the hole. So I got a big hole up top there, and I got my 2 windows here for a cross breeze to kind of try to get that steam out, because this does create an awful lot of steam. There's an awful lot of boiling steam that comes out of here. So, that being said, I still have to get some steel. I got to get some steel plate. There's a few other things I have to do to make this the way I want. Yeah.
It looks good, sweetheart. You've done a great job.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you're going to have to do something because you can't get through here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to probably do it the other way. I don't know why he put such a big nipple on there. He put like a 3-4 inch nipple there. He didn't even have to do that. He could have put like that.
Yeah.
But whatever. I can twist that off. It's no big deal. But
you can always change it around the other side.
Yeah.
Too, like you said,
yeah, I can change it back around the other way. And
I thought that was the feed. I was trying to figure out why you would put.
Well, eventually, what would happen is you would have a float box. There should be a float box, which I probably think I'm going to get. And a float box is that feed line that you're talking about. And it sits on the side of the pan. It sits over there on the side of the pan. And then your feed, your gravity feed, goes into the float box. And then it has a little float, almost like like a gas gauge on an old snowmobile. It's got that little floater and it goes up and down. Tells you how much is in there. So that'll go up and down, and as this goes down from boiling, it'll bring the float down and it'll turn on the float box, and the float box will flow more sap into the pan. So it's a constant, but I want to be involved with this. That's the way I've been taught, is to be involved with it. Okay.
Dinner's ready. Are you hungry?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I'm going to turn off my light.
Well, you've done great, Lovey. I'm very proud of you.
Looks good, eh?
I wish I had taken some more footage for you guys along the way, but Frank's not the vlogger. He only talks when I put the camera in his face, so he forgets to turn it on, and half the time when he does turn it on, he forgets to record. It looks great for me.
I'm really happy with this chain. I'm so happy that it turned out. I was very, very concerned about it. Look at that. It's rock. She's not going anywhere, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
You got her scrubbed up a bit, eh?
Well, I got the freaking...
You got a little angry at her earlier. It wasn't fitting like a glove.
Oh, God.
But he MacGyvered it.
Yeah. It's not easy when you're doing everything by yourself. That's the thing. Like, it's... You have to hold that chimney stack up, and then you have to slide this one in under it, and then let it back down, tighten all the bolts up. It's a lot. At least I can sit back here and say I did it all.
Did.
From start to finish.
All by your lonesome. So,
Yep.
a one-man show, it is possible.
Yeah. Yeah, one person can do it. You just have, it just takes time. Like I literally, like it's now March the 3rd.
Yeah.
Like I've been doing this since October, all of November, all of December, all of January, all of February. But again, like, you know, I have full-time work, so I just did this on weekends and evenings when I had some time. But yeah, I'm pretty well, that's it. There's nothing left to do. Go up the side there and I'll move the light over.
This is your hobby.
You can show them the other side. Just be careful there.
Hi, pretty girl. Are you waiting for us? You need a little step there. Yeah, you can see it here. Oh, yeah. So this is his little tree house.
Yeah, it's my little tree house.
This is where the sap is going to get stored. Anyways, that was not an easy build.
That was harder than this.
I was going to say that was harder than the building because the tin you used.
Well, I did the tin on the roof, I did the tin on the sides, and then I built the ladder so I could climb up and not fall in. Because again, being heights. So this is just so I can go up here and I can put my line in. I'm going to pump it, you know, the other white tank I have?
Yes.
The small one, I'm going to put the small one there and I'm going to pump it into this one. And it's the only place
There are other places filled with a million pretty faces.
Nice, solid as a rock. Good job, baby. All right. Let's go, Sky.
Start boiling and actually tap today. So look forward to the next video because it's going to be all about this this evaporator and how we're going to make it work. Peace, everybody.
So much time thinking I could ever find enough of anything that would bring me peace. So I found peace with who I am now. It's the only me I'll ever be. I found there are other places, there are a million other faces, but I found